Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Peak flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Steady, to the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rocket? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressed in all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And a ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. And this was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Los Angeles Rams. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Check out. 1, 6, 3. Defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 1, 6, 3.
Now a first down throw. Luck. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
48 to Mike. Come on.
A shotgun snap for Lott. That'll be caught. It's Hester. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Mike. 674. Let's put that team on a bus. 11B. Hey, Delta. 48th Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Hey, alert 48. Hey,
out of the gun. Luck. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Go. 290. Go ahead. Check 25.
First down. Here's the run with Martin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, Martin. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They'll run on first down. Done. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Down. 18 Gator. Quit talking about it and bring it. Fire.
It'll be Warner on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. Pick your game up. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Yo. Go. Go. Hey, Orvis.
Running right, here's Falk. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
On first down, it's done. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. On 2nd and 7, Luck. Complete, it's Johnson. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 27 yards there, a first down. They'll run on first down. Done. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Past the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Luck. He gets this one to Johnson. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On first down, it's done. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Not today. Hey, check 20. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Kill.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Watch the curl. Hey, look. On. We don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Here we go.
Here's Luck. That'll be caught by Hester. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They're going to go for it here on 4th. Luck in the offense is going to stay out there.
Switch.
They snap it to Luck. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that will force a turnover on downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for L.A.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him here. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much.
By Gurley.
Get ready.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Warner. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 8 yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Here we go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
On 1st and 10, Locke. This one taken in by Hester. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Greystone travel.
From the gun, here's Locke. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s, back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 40. A huge play that time for the Rams. 55 yards. So they had it bottled up, able to make a man miss, and then boom, off to the races.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And then once he did that, now he put his agility to use and took off.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo! Snap.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, Alpha. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. He's tired of you. He's tired of us. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Hey, Echo. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Focus, defense. Hit it.
Here's Warner. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. This from 42 yards out. And Zuerlein's kick is good. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead.
And that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground again here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Warner. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
First down, Rams.
Set. 60 or. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, exit. 94 is the mark. Here we go. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Cover.
On 1st and 10, Warner. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To throw, Warner. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down, L.A.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now Warner. That'll be caught by Cup. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. You know, you wonder how the Rams' game plan in Super Bowl 53 might have been different with a healthy Cooper Kupp. He was injured on November 11th, torn ACL, out for the year. But he was on his way to a 1,000-yard season in his second NFL campaign. Had 566 yards in 8 games before the injury. Now a first down throw, Warner. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Gone right. 36. Slam.
To throw is Lott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Hey, I got him. That's me.
Lott. Over the middle, this one into the hands of Hester. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
They'll run on first down. It's Martin. And some room to roam now. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. They run again on first down. Martin. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
11B. 48 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man. Go.
Here's Luck. This is Casper catching it out right. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A give going right to Martin. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. So a good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Rams' 19-yard line.
Move. Come on. Hey, Delta.
On 2nd and a couple. Luck finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Kill. Go.
On 3rd down, Warner. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Warner to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. A big play there for L.A. 48 yards. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Hey, Haywood! Get it!
Play action. It's Warner. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. From the 27, Luck is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Luck. This is Johnson. He's got it. The 30. 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Warner. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Warner. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down. It'll be Warner on first down, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety.
And Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Luck now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
Throwing his luck. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Here we go on 4th. Lock. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. On 1st down, Warner. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Hey, we haven't been around the entire time football's been played, but we have studied our history, and there have been some great backs who've been accused of running out of bounds to protect themselves. Well, back in the day, many people didn't like that. But nowadays, take care of the football, show some intelligence, live to fight another down.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Warner. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive. But on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's big.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Now they try the right side here. And some room to maneuver. He's at the 50. And he cuts it back right, and he's got a crease. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Steelers, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll get a chance.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock, turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about, space out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with as you can go.